British heavyweight champion Maurice Gomis. Well, both Bruno and Notice were at ringside at York Hall to see Mason take on Maurice Gomis of France. The commentator once again is Harry Carpenter.
Well, this is Gary Mason's 10th pro fight tonight. 9 fights so far, all wins and all inside the distance. And his opponent here, Maurice Gomis from France, over on the far side with the stripe down his shorts. There he is on the right. Gomis, who turned 28 a few days ago and who is known in this country. This is his second appearance in London. In February 1983, he boxed at Lewisham against Billiard, the London-based Liverpudlian, and Billiard outpointed him over 8 rounds. So Gomis on the right with the green waistband and the triple green stripe down his trunks, and the man on a hot streak, Gary Mason from Wandsworth, who weighs 16 stone 11.5 pounds tonight, so he's 17.5 pounds heavier than the Frenchman, who was born in Senegal in West Africa. Well, some of Mason's performances recently have been absolutely devastating. He's known as the third man in the Terry Lawless heavyweight stable. There's Frank Bruno, and there's Maurice Notice, and there's Gary Mason. And he's already got Gomis in some trouble in this opening round. And we're only halfway through the first round. Gomis trapped in the corner. He needs to get out of there, Gomis, if he wants to survive. Well, Gomis is experienced, but he doesn't fight too often these days, and he certainly doesn't win too often. Good punch downstairs, he hurt Gomis with that. It's only 15 days since we last saw Mason in action at the Albert Hall. He beat Louis Pergaud from Cameroon in 4 rounds just 15 days ago. The deep voice of Frank Bruno booming out from ringside. Mason's stable companion. Be first, Gary. Two good little short punches from Mason. Now here's 23-year-old Gary Mason from Wandsworth, being tended by the usual Lawless camp. Terry Lawless in the middle there, with the white hair on the left is Frank Black, the trainer, and leaning through the ropes, Jimmy Tibbs. The old firm tending to Mason, who's had 5 wins inside a round, but the 6th hasn't come tonight. Well, he had him pinned in his own corner here, Mason's own corner. Gomis was backed up there, and it was half a minute or least before he escaped. But he managed to get out without too much trouble.
Second job, round 2.
Gomis from the right. 20 years ago, he would have been considered a very big heavyweight at 15 stone 8. But here he's giving 17.5 pounds to Gary Mason. He is experienced, Gomis, and Mason just needs to be a bit cautious, not leave himself too open. Actually, Gomis was booked to appear at Wembley just over a year ago against Maurice Notice, who's also at ringside tonight, the new British heavyweight champion. But Gomis pulled out from that fight, probably wisely. Mason will not be denied. Hooking with some venom into the body. far. The furthest that Mason has been is 5 rounds. Another right hand downstairs to that rather blubbery midriff of Gomis. Gomis's mouth already looking a bit raw. That was a slap. And Larry O'Connell tells Gomis about incorrect punching. That landed with the inside of the glove. Good right and left, Mason. Gomis looking quite startled. Mason comes on plodding forward. Impassive. Complete poker face. Gomis's gum shield flies out at the end of that second round. Well, towards the end of that round, there were a couple of good punches from Mason. We can see him again here, the right, and he caught him again with the left just afterwards. Here it is, top of the head. But it was right on the end of the round, otherwise he might have followed up on that.
Second out, round 3.
Mason on the left with the plain white trunks. He had his fastest ever win in this very ring, Mason, in January 1985 against a man called Frank Robinson, and Mason got it all over in 48 seconds. But here we are in round 3 against Maurice Gomis, born in West Africa, in Senegal, on the Atlantic coast of Africa. The country from which Battling Siki came, former world light heavyweight champion back in the 20s. Good right hand, he's got him. Short right hand. He fell right into it. And that might just dissuade Monsieur Gomis from carrying on, I think. Up at 9, just. And he's going on. Only just beat the count in round 3. His gun shield's gone and he's over again, and he's almost out on top of us. He's up early this time, and Larry O'Connell signalling that it's all over. He won't be allowed to take any more. And so, yet another inside the distance win for Gary Mason of Wandsworth, number 10 in a row. Well, he had him down twice. We can see the first knockdown again here. Right hand over the top. And that took all the spring out of his legs, and he sprawled forward. And he only just beat the count at that. He got up at 9.5, and Larry O'Connell let him go on, only to walk into more trouble.